Hello everyone, Capricorn here. I hope your week has been amazing and welcome to my new video. So, now I'm going to switch up my schedule and I'm going to start uploading on Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays because I don't really know why, but I prefer to do it like that. just to change it a little bit. Okay, so today the video is about the St. Cuthberts NEW Botanical Ultra-Smooth paper. It is 300 GSM and 50% cotton, acid-free. This paper, I decided to buy a few samples, and maybe you saw my unboxing video from Jackson's Art Supplies. I basically only bought samples of paper as my first order at Jackson's. I'm not sponsored by Jackson's Art Supplies, but I finally am on their affiliate link program, so if you go to the description you are going to have an affiliate link to this paper sample. Yes. So, on to the paper. I'm going to read the description they have at the Jackson's website. But yeah, just going to read that and we're going to talk after. Botanical Ultra Smooth is 300 GSM, mold made from 50% cotton, and it is acid free and calcium carbonate buffered. The absence of acid guarantees excellence, permanence, and resistance to aging. The color is very close matched to Fabriano 5, and it does contain optical brightness to give it a bright white color. It is ideal for botanical watercolor painting as well as charcoal, pastels, and graphite. The sample size is 5.8 inches by 8.3 inches. Please be aware that it is not possible blah 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 blah. Okay. I ordered this sample and I received a smaller sample, which is 8.3 by 4 instead of 5.8. But that's no big deal. It's just a sample. I'm okay with that. Yeah. So this paper is very, very smooth, which is great for technical pens and for fine tech paints or those creamy what's the name? Mica based paints. You know, those shiny paints, just like the fine tech, that are based off of mica. Mica. In Portuguese it's mica. I don't know how to say it in English. Let's just say mica. Easier. Whatever. So it is amazing to use those paints in here, and I can only imagine how good it must feel to paint with gouache in here, because gouache is also a creamy paint, just like those fine tech colors, and it just feels so good to paint with such a thing in here. And this paper is great for technical pens because technical pens tend to have a problem with rough paper, because they are the tip of a technical pen is a teeny tiny metal cylinder with a hole in the middle that has a needle inside that hole. And when you press the pen on paper, the needle goes in and ink comes out, because the needle presses something inside the pen and it releases ink. So what happens with rough paper is that needle gets stuck in the tooth of the paper, which leads to breaking the pen or making it unusable, which is not what you want, of course. So that's why when you go and search for papers for pen and ink, usually they are very smooth, especially those that say they are for technical pens, like I think, cartridge paper and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but I think those are those ultra smooth. But at least bristle paper, it's great for technical pens for the same reason. So if you want a paper that is great for technical pens and for fine take or gouache, this is the paper for you. But if, like me, you love cold pressed paper, don't go with this one. Because cold pressed paper, it makes the colors, cold pressed paper is easier to work with, first of all, because in this paper, every single thing you do will be noticeable. What I mean by this is, when you are applying a wash, every single bit of the wash is noticeable. So if you have a teeny tiny bit of water on top of a wash, it is going to bloom the color. And those marks I have on her boobs, those weird marks, that's because of that. I had the color laid down and I just added a tiny bit of water because I noticed it happened on the hair. I decided to play with it on her boobs because boobs are great. Sorry. So yeah, every single thing you do, it's going to be noticeable. And you don't have that beautiful texture from the textured paper, like the rough or the cold pressed, which I love, so it's sad for me. But I think, if you use it for pen and ink, it is amazing. And you can always add a tiny bit of watercolor on that pen and ink because this is 300 GSM, so it holds to water pretty well. So yeah, I really like this paper. It is great to play around, but for what I use it, I probably wouldn't buy this again, at least not in big pads of paper, simply because the use I give it is not, I don't need that smooth paper. Yeah, so I feel like I'm going round and round and round and round and saying the same thing over and over again because I have recorded this a ton of times already. But yes, thank you very much for putting up with me rambling about paper because paper. And I love to touch papers and feel their texture. That's another reason for me to love cold pressed or rough more than smooth or hot pressed. But I can appreciate a smooth paper. It feels good too. But for all the paper lovers out there, give it a try. It's not, these samples are 20 cents. I'm saying this in euros because I live in Europe and Portugal uses euros. So yeah, euros for you too. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope I will see you next week. And any suggestion you might have, anything you want me to review, and I promise I'm going to organize my thoughts a little bit better next review. But yeah, any suggestion you may have, leave it in the comments below. And yeah, please, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a like and subscribe to watch more stuff like this. Because when I ordered this paper, I ordered a bunch more paper from other brands and other types of paper like cold pressed and hot pressed, and I have also rough paper and 100% cotton cellulose paper. I bought a ton of samples because I love paper and touching paper, and I can't wait to review all of them because paper is amazing and I am a paper nerd. Yay! I feel so stupid right now. Bye!